Allie. Join me as I create these very simple earrings called the Mirror Mirror earrings, featuring our halo bead for the IrisDuo. If you need any supplies, remember to look below the video in the description. It has everything listed there, as well as a link to get back to our site. Gather up all your supplies on your bead on it board and let's get ready to create. So to begin our very simple halo earrings, we are going to have one IrisDuo along with one halo for the IrisDuo. This is one per earring, or if you want to, you can even make this into a ring. So I have on a size 12 needle because I'm working with two 15s, a stop bead on size 8 thread. The first thing I'm going to do is sew through the bottom hole of the IrisDuo as well as the halo on the exterior, and bring my needle and thread to the opposite side. On the opposite side, we're going to use our silver color first, and we're going to use a silver, a 4mm, and a second silver 15. So back through the IrisDuo, going this time from that bottom hole to the top hole. That's going to put the 15s on the side, and that 4mm kind of sits off a little bit. Don't worry about that when we go and add the next set in. It's going to sit just fine. Here's a good example of, you always want to make sure too that you sew through both the IrisDuo and the halo. So when you're going back through here, make sure that you sew back through both. It's way easier to do it at the same time. So I'm actually going to back out here, through here, sew through the IrisDuo, and sew through the halo at the same time. From here, we're going to do the exact same thing on the opposite side. 15 in your interior color, 4mm, and a 15. And I'm going to sew back through that bottom hole, through the 15 on the opposite side, and we're going to come out through our 4mm bead and then go over to the 15 as well. This is going to decorate both sides of this oval for the IrisDuo here with that little seed beads. You could even stop there if you want to and just put a wire guard along the top. Instead, we're going to sew through the 4mm bead and through the 15. So we're coming out through those three beads that we added first after adding the stop bead. From here, we are going to add more of our 15s and our beads for the top. To do so, we're going to add 4 more of our color 1 of our 15s, because I have 2 colors, although you can see they look very pretty in one color as well. 4 15s followed by 1 4mm bicone, and my needle is all bent, it's a little funky, and 4 more. And then you're going to come down through the opposite side, going around the top of the halo bead, sewing into the 15, 4, 15. That's right there next to that stop bead. Coming out the 15 here, we're going to repeat 1, 2, 3, and 4 seed beads, followed by 1 bicone, which jumped off my mat here. I'll get that guy back up. Grab a new one. And then we're going to add 4 more beads after it. After we do so, we're going to catch back on to the 15 and the 4 that sit on that starter side. So go ahead and sew into the 15 and the 4, but do not go into the 4 after. Just come on out. This gets our first kind of bezeling effect around our halo. Again, if you want to, you can stop here. Put a little wire guard either on the one here to make it sit lengthwise, or on the top here for the oval. Instead, what we're going to do is add a second layer of 15s. This time I'm going to be working with my 15s in a golden color, or that champagne color, to go with the rose gold interior halo. As we go around the exterior one more time, we are not, and I repeat, not going to sew through any of our silver beads. We're just going to add a collection of 6 of our gold beads. So you're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. After those 6 beads, you're going to sew into the next bicone. Go ahead and repeat that around the exterior edge, adding in 6 in each of those 4 corners, and then we'll get ready to simply add on our wire guard. Adding in the last 6 seed beads and going through that first 4mm bead. What we're going to do is work our way up to the top here. So either side works, but I'm just going to go through those 6 champagne color 15s that we just added. Let my thread and needle exit right after the seed beads. Add 1 more seed bead in that champagne color. Pick up my wire guard, which I have opened a tiny bit. Go down through the other wire guard side. There. Looks like a horseshoe, and your thread's going to sit right in the middle. And to open it, I just took a pliers and pulled it and pried it open a little bit. Do it softly. You don't want to affect the integrity of the loops along the side. Add 1 more 15 and come down through the 6 seed beads on the opposite side. What that's going to do, as you see it, it's going to pull that wire guard to sit right on the top and look seamless. Now all I have to do is go in and get rid of my thread. Our thread is right there, right near our starter thread. So all you have to do is sew through that 4mm bicone after the seed beads that your thread is coming out of. Move that stop bead out of the way, or just pull it off completely. Sew down through the 15 right after that 4mm bead. So that's going to be your silver bead there. Remember the initial beads that we put in on the side of the halo? Finally remove that stop bead completely. Grab your 2 thread ends and simply tie them together. You'll notice my IrisDuo is on the flat side right now. That's because I'm tying those thread ends and tying the project off to the back of the design so you don't see that knot. Grab your thread burner. Go on in and burn those thread edges down close to the project, which is going to prevent those knots from coming apart. And because they're at the back of the project, you're not going to see them at all. Flip it around. Last thing to do is to put on your ear wire. When you're putting on an ear wire, it's very simple. You're going to make sure not to bend open that loop. You're just going to pull to the side. You're going to take your pliers, hold, and just kind of turn to the side. Stick on your wire guard. If it won't go over the bump and you have this style, you can feed it on through the back of the earring. Close it up by twisting back to the side. And there you have your beautiful finished earrings. Whether or not you do them in all the same seed bead color or separate them out, kind of doing a mirroring design, going out with the colors, you're gonna have a lot of fun changing up the IrisDuos and the colors inside that halo bead to get a nice bezeled, really jeweler's look. Thanks so much for joining me in creating these simple mirror earrings. Remember, if you do need any of the supplies, go ahead and look below the video in the description. You can also check out other halo beads that you could do very similar designs with, working with that awesome Zamek metal on the exterior. Remember, if you haven't yet, subscribe so you don't miss anything from us here at Potomac Beads. Thanks so much for joining in this simple video, and we can't wait to bring you more inspirational designs.